This is the starting point for this wind spinner. I made this pattern. I just drew me a circle, used a compass, made a circle. Then I measured every 20 degrees. That way I get 18 fins on the wind spinner. And then I drew a line across here, lined it up with this so I'd get them the same every time. As you can see, I just lined up from that point right there to that point right there. I drew a line. I did that on every one, so I get the angle the same on every one of them. So what I have here, I have two half-inch pieces of poplar, and that's what I'm going to cut this out of. And I'm just going to cut this inner piece out with these points on it. Then I've cut these slats out of, I ripped them out of a 2x4, and I'm going to mount them top to bottom like that. And of course I'm going to do a little bit on these. I'll round these corners, make them a little neater, do a little sanding on them. They're just rough right now, but that's my plan. I'm going to cut this with a scroll saw, and I'm going to put it together. I've got a hole drilled all the way through, so the center is marked on both pieces. On the bottom piece, I'm probably going to cut some holes. I found in my experience with wind spinners, I've made several with aluminum cans and other large cans. Even have made some out of syrup bottles, and they all work. But the more openings you have, the more slats you have, the better they work and the faster they spin. So on aluminum cans, 8 is about as many as although I think I have one I put 16 on, and they really spin when you get a little bit of wind. But this is the plan. I don't know if this is going to work. These are 12 inches long. Those are just arbitrary numbers and no particular reason for picking those. But in the bottom of this, like I said, in my experience with wind spinners, if you don't cut the bottom of it out, they don't spin. If you don't have an exit for the air, I assume, going through, you don't get an airflow. This one wouldn't spin at all till I cut that bottom out, and that one's just a real rough experiment that I did. I've got some nicer ones out there hanging and spinning. But so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this and separate the two pieces, and then I'm going to see about starting to mount these. Okay, as you saw as I was putting it together, I've had 18 blades on this. I took it out. I was concerned it might not work properly, and it didn't. And I hung it up. It took a really strong wind to make it spin. So I came in and I cut half of them off. So we got a 9-blade wind spinner, about a foot long, and it spins really, really well. So what I'm going to do now, and this is all experimentation, it's a rip 2x4, just salvage material. I just want to see what I can do with this. I'm always trying to design different wind spinners. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paint it yellow. I've got some yellow spray paint, and then I'm going to paint every third slat of blade black, because that's the colors I have on hand, and then we'll see how it looks. I got a video there of it spinning like this, and I'll take another video when I get it painted up, and we'll see how that looks, and we'll see what kind of effect we get with that. But then I got a couple of more ideas on some wind spinners. I'm going to do something a little different on the next one. So I'll be back in a minute, hopefully, and show you what it looks like painted. So there we have the finished product. It's spinning very nicely in a very slight breeze. That's one of my older ones. It's always spun pretty well. Thing is, that's got a wasp nest in it. They actually build a nest up in that while it's spinning. There's a big red wasp nest in there, but I don't bother it if I can help it. Anyway, this has turned out fairly nicely. I really like the way it works. I'm pleased with it. This is another one I built a long time ago. It's not really that good. It's a pattern I bought online. It's not really a great spinner, but these are the kind of things I like to experiment with. And if you like that, I got some more ideas. I'm gonna try to do some more spinners. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and let me know what you think of this if you'd like to continue with more spinners. Thank you for watching.